All right, let's jump right into this explainer on why the traditional 9 to 5 customer service model is, quite frankly, rapidly becoming a thing of the past. You know that nagging anxiety you get about missing a crucial business inquiry the exact second you lock up the office for the day? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're unpacking a massive, fundamental shift in commerce. We're going to break down the latest data on why being unavailable is no longer just a minor inconvenience for your customers, it's a direct, literal threat to your revenue.
So I want you to ask yourself a really serious question right off the bat. What actually happens to your revenue and those hard-earned leads at 11 p.m. on a Saturday? Think about it. When nobody's in the office, when it's a long holiday weekend, or even just 7 a.m. on a Tuesday before the front desk opens up, are those prospects just patiently waiting around for Monday morning? The data tells us they absolutely are not. They're moving right along to the competitor who's actually ready to engage with them right then and there.
Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today. 1. The end of 9 to 5. 2. The cost of waiting. 3. AI to the rescue. 4. Real-world success stories. And 5. The future is 24/7. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The end of 9 to 5. The shift from business hours to always on.
Remember the pre-internet days? Customer service relied entirely on human availability. You had to hire receptionists, call center agents, and support staff to literally be in a physical seat. But then, as we moved through the 2000s and 2010s, things like e-commerce, mobile apps, and social media absolutely exploded, and that started training consumers to expect something more, right? Which brings us to today. Those expectations have hardened into a rigid standard. We are officially living in an always-on, instant gratification economy.
The industry has completely transformed from relying on receptionists to demanding instant engagement. Honestly, waiting for a next-day response feels like a literal eternity to a modern buyer. Consumers are out there actively doing their research, comparing services, and making real purchasing decisions way outside of standard business hours. So if your main game plan is asking them to please hold until morning, you're introducing massive friction at the exact moment they're most eager to buy.
Moving on to Section 2. The cost of waiting, unanswered questions, and lost leads. The contrast here is just night and day. On one hand, you have the sluggish old guard, right? Contact forms that just kind of vanish into the digital void, manual email follow-ups taking days, and strict business hour phone lines. On the other hand, you have modern expectations, lightning-fast answers, instant engagement, and totally seamless self-service. Customers today would way rather just get an immediate answer themselves than sit around waiting by the phone for a callback.
And here is a crucial point from customer experience experts. Speed isn't just a nice little convenience anymore. It's the entire foundation of your business's credibility. Think about it. When you respond instantly, you aren't just giving them an answer. You're proving that your business is reliable, competent, and paying attention. But if you delay, it creates friction. Even a super interested buyer is going to walk away if getting basic information feels like pulling teeth.
Let's break down these specific customer pain points. When visitors can't find immediate answers, they just bounce. They leave the site. And usually, they're contacting multiple providers at the exact same time. Now look, we get it. Small businesses simply can't afford to run night shifts, hire weekend crews, or staff round-the-clock teams just to combat this. But the brutal reality of the free market is this. The fastest responder almost always wins the customer. The business that waits until morning, they lose the lead.
All right, Section 3. AI to the rescue. Scaling support without the staffing costs.
This is where modern AI solutions, like TrioHub's interactive AI avatars, come into play, creating this beautifully seamless flow. They can instantly take a customer from a basic voice or text chat, move them right into automatic lead qualification, and then directly into immediate appointment scheduling. No waiting around for a human to call back and find a time slot. The AI can just hook right into platforms like Calendly or TidyCal and lock that appointment in on the spot.
What's really wild about modern AI is how it handles everything from basic FAQs to complex product info, totally unassisted. You can actually train these AI chatbots directly on your own business content. We're talking your website, your PDFs, your internal docs. So the AI isn't just spitting out generic robot answers. It's acting as a highly knowledgeable rep for your specific brand, capturing leads and actually helping your customers 24/7.
And then there's multilingual support. This is a game changer. AI systems like TrioHub can instantly communicate in over 120 languages, meaning a local mom-and-pop shop can suddenly operate globally just like that. You could effortlessly serve a prospect on the other side of the world in their native language while your local office is pitch black. It completely shatters geographic and linguistic barriers.
Bringing AI on board creates this massive dual impact. On the revenue side, businesses are seeing way higher engagement, better customer satisfaction, and more conversions. But flip over to the operational side, and it's simultaneously slashing the stress on your human team. It lowers their workload, cuts out those soul-crushing repetitive inquiries, and guarantees a consistent response every single time. It's a total win for your customers and your staff.
Let's move to Section 4, Real-World Success Stories, Seeing the Paradigm Shift in Action.
To put this into perspective, consider a local law firm that was losing high-value clients because people were bouncing off their site at midnight. They brought in an AI receptionist and literally started booking consultations while they slept. Or take a swamped medical practice. Patients were frustrated needing vital info after hours. By using an AI assistant to handle answers and scheduling, they massively boosted patient engagement without completely burning out the front desk staff.
So this totally dismantles the old myth that 24/7 support is some luxury reserved for massive corporations with bottomless budgets. You definitely don't need to be a Fortune 500 company to be always on. In fact, small businesses actually stand to benefit the most here. AI gives you that enterprise-level availability, but completely skips the nightmare of hiring, training, and paying a whole new overnight crew.
And finally, Section 5. The future is 24/7, the standard expectation of the next decade.
Now, if you're worried about this, here is a really vital reassurance. AI doesn't replace your team. It replaces the repetitive chores. There's this common fear that using AI means losing the human touch, right? Actually, scratch that. It's the exact opposite. By handing the endless stream of basic FAQs and scheduling over to AI, your actual human employees are finally freed up to do what humans do best: build relationships, solve complex problems, and close the high-value deals.
The clear takeaway from all the major industry research right now is that over the next decade, 24/7 support won't just be a neat feature. It's going to be the absolute bare minimum expectation. AI engagement will be everywhere, across every industry. And the harsh truth? Businesses that stubbornly cling to only business hour support are going to be at a massive, maybe even insurmountable disadvantage. Consumers just won't tolerate the wait anymore. So to wrap up this explainer, you really have to ask yourself, is your business ready to step out of the 9-to-5 past and into the 24/7 future? The tools are out there, they're affordable, and they are incredibly powerful. The businesses adopting AI support today are the ones who will capture the leads, build the trust, and totally dominate their markets tomorrow. So I'll leave you with this. Tonight, when you turn the lights out in your office, is your business actually closed, or are you just handing your next big client straight to the competition?